Okay, so someone just sent me over this MLB Hot Stove clip talking about Juan Soto and how 7 teams have expressed a lot of interest. It seems like it's maybe down to 7 teams. I want to watch this video. I have not watched it yet, but I just want to go through it, react to the rankings that they're going to throw up. We can already see the names they put below. I've got some thoughts on that. Let me know in the comment section below what you think as well. Let's see where they rank these teams, and let's break it down one by one. We'll listen to Harold go through them right now.
Watching something else, the discussion starts with Juan Soto. And his camp yesterday put some information out there, Scott Boras and company, that the potential employers for 2025 and beyond are lining up, and that it is a long and distinguished list. Beyond a handful of mystery teams, which always seems to be the case for big players like this, 7 suitors have been identified as being involved in the Juan Soto sweepstakes. To what degree the seriousness is, that was not specified, but there are 7 teams, according to John Heyman's report, and John spoke to Scott about this, that have called about Juan Soto. That's the list on the screen. So we're going to start the program this morning with Harold ranking the seriousness of each of the 7 teams. Give me your 7 to 1. Start with the team that you feel is the
Before we
least
start,
realistic.
I do say this: if you're a mystery team, you're already out because the players in are real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's no mystery here.
So if the mystery team is the Rockies, you're not buying it?
No.
Okay.
Not buying it.
Fair
All
enough.
right. So we're going.
Here we go.
Remember, it was at 450 back in the day. So here's our list: 7 to 1. Number 7, Tampa Rays are in this.
Okay, I'm going to stop. I got to stop it right here. I don't know how the Tampa Bay Rays ever got in this. I feel like Soto's going to make more by himself than the entire 26-man roster of the Rays. So this makes no sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they called and said, like, does he really love Tampa and he desperately wants to live here? But there's no way at all that he will ever play for the Tampa Bay Rays. Go ahead, Harold.
I'm not even buying that one. He's going to cost more than the new stadium they're moving into.
That too.
Nah, I'm not buying that
I
one.
lost my mind.
All right. Number 6, the Red Sox.
Okay, the Red Sox. So I put a video out last week talking about the teams that I thought were in the top 7 or so, and the Red Sox were definitely in there. I don't think the Red Sox are going to get Juan Soto. I think that they've already got a good amount of lefty bats anyways. Obviously, Soto would help. I think they're going to go after pitching. I think they're going to try to get Max Fried. But I guess I'd put the Sox right around 6 or 7.
They're in it. And they're falling in at number 6. They got a little ways to go. This is the ranking. All right, number 5, Yankees.
I would put the Yankees a lot higher than 5 personally. He just played there. He did amazingly well. He seemed to really enjoy his time. They want him back. They're going to pay a lot of money. I would have them probably in the top 3. I can't remember where I had them before, but I would have them in the top 3.
Number 5, yes. I think that they're that far down on the list. And I'm curious because their finances are different than most. They have money invested in big players already, being Aaron Judge and a pitcher that just came back in Garrett Cole. All right, let's go. Number 4, the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, definitely in the running. Blue Jays, Giants lost out on Shohei. They lost out on a bunch of guys. They're going to spend money. They want to spend money. They need to spend money. I think they're definitely in it. I would personally put the Yankees ahead of the Blue Jays again, just because he's already been there. They made the trade. I don't think they made the trade to just let him walk. I do think there's going to be a team that's going to outbid them, but I think that they're going to do everything they can to keep him. I would put the Jays lower.
You give the Blue Jays a better chance of signing Juan Soto than the Yankees?
Thank you. I just said that.
At the end of the day, this is about who pays me the most money. That's what I'm going on. I'm not saying, hey, here's where I think I'll win championships. I'm thinking this is where I get the most money because I think I can lead that team to a title.
I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be able to offer that much more than the Yankees that he would choose the Blue Jays over the Yankees, but
Toronto Blue Jays, if they're truly in on Shohei Ohtani at $700 million, which they were, Scott is going down that trail.
Is this just because you're partial of our neighbors to the north?
I love Canada. I love Canada.
All right.
Number 3, San Francisco Giants. Look.
Same thing. Giants have lost out on a bunch of guys. They lost out on Correa. They wanted Shohei. Who else do they want? Harper, maybe. They wanted a bunch of guys. The Giants are going to offer a ton of money, I think. Again, I don't think it's going to be enough. Like, if I'm a lefty especially, I don't really want to hit in that stadium. I'd rather hit in New York. I've already shown that I can hit well in New York. New York is like the greatest place ever for a left-handed hitter. The Giants stadium is not a very nice place for a left-handed hitter. So I know Soto can hit anywhere, but I personally, like, if it's close, I'm staying with the Yankees. He's already said he wants to kind of be on the East Coast anyway, so I would have the Yankees ahead of the Giants.
They went in on Judge. They went on Correa. They need a premier slugger. They haven't had a 30-homer guy since Barry Bonds.
It's ridiculous.
Okay?
Can I guess your number 2?
Go ahead.
Yes?
Yeah.
The Twins have a new explosive weapon.
Is it the
No,
Twins?
it's not the Twins.
New explosive
not the
weapon?
Twins.
Oh, the
It
Mets.
is the Mets.
Okay.
The Mets are my number one. I would have the Mets at number one. I don't think the Mets are going to allow anyone to outbid them. And Soto's already played in New York. He's done well in New York. And I think the Mets are going to pay whatever the Yankees offer. I think the Mets will say, we'll add $50 million. We'll add $100 million. How much more do you want us to add? I don't think the Mets are going to allow anyone to beat them out. They would be my number one team. I already said that in the last video.
They're number 2, okay? Number 2 and number 1 are going to be interchangeable. They're going to be fighting it out. All right? My number 1 team, I said this yesterday. I believe it to be so.
The Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are definitely in the running because they have more money than anyone. They don't care how much money. Well, the Mets have a ton of money. The Dodgers really don't care about money at all. They've got Ohtani, obviously, on that contract that he's not going to get paid for like another 9 or 10 years. But I don't see them. I'll say this. If the Dodgers get Soto, then we might as well just pack it up and just give them another championship. Because if you add his bat into that lineup, I guess you move Mookie. I guess you can move Mookie anywhere. You can bring him to the infield again if you want. That team is just unfair with all the pitching that they're going to have back. They're already, like, if Sasaki over in Japan, if he is able to get posted or however it works, like, they're going to spend a lot of money on him. If he does it now, he's under 25, so it won't cost a ton. But they're going to pay him a ton of money. He's pretty much going to be a Dodger. And again, if they wait a couple of years, when he hits 25, they're going to have to give him a ton of money because he's a stud. I got to make a video on him if you don't know who he is. I can't see. I guess I can see it. I just think the Mets are going to outbid everyone. Again, if the Dodgers are able to sign Soto, then I don't think that's good for baseball. The Dodgers already are kind of not the greatest for baseball because they're buying everybody. And now you give them one of the best hitters, maybe the best hitter in the league. I just think it is unfair. It already is unfair, but
I think the Dodgers, if they want to, they can go do this.
2-2 to Harvey Keene. And where do they come up with the additional $600 million to sign Juan Soto, given the payroll commitments that are already out there?
they don't care. They don't care how much. I mean, they'll pay anything. It doesn't matter, but
Well, you really, okay, if you look at Shohei Ohtani, all right, $700 million, he's playing under a $2 million contract. You know how many players made $2 million last year? Over 165. All right? At $2 million. So now, that money for Shohei is still 9 years away.
Right.
Before they got to finish the 680.
And during those 9 years, they're making interest on their own money.
They already paid that contract off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got a whole country that paid that money off already, watching him every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a wash. So now they're starting with a clean slate. Let's go get the free agent we want to go get, if they so desire. That's just my take.
So you think Yankee fans are going to say sayonara?
Sayonara. I don't think Yankee fans are going to say sayonara, but I do think they're down the list.
I think they're down the list a little bit, but I don't think they're down the list at 5. Is that where you put them?
Okay.
It was a nice run. But if they want to really seriously get in, because here's what happens. You know, we're looking at, let's say you have Aaron Judge at your, whatever, 300, 400 million, whatever his contract is. You just re-up Garrett Cole. You're going to try to go get, they got a lot of holes.
Yeah.
They still got people you got to pay to bring in there.
I still think
And then you're going to throw Soto on top of that.
it's a good point.
They're going to make their run. I'm not saying they won't make the run. But if you got that many people, I would have said a year ago, no way this guy gets $600 million.
Right, because we thought when he said no to the reported alleged $450 to stay in D.C., got traded to the Padres, and then he spent a year and a half taking walks, we thought that money's not coming back. Well, it's coming back and then some.
So here's my thoughts. I think the Dodgers are in it. I think the Mets are in it. I think the Yankees are in it. I think the Giants and the Blue Jays are too, but I think the top three are going to be, I think it's Mets, Yankees, Dodgers. I still think he ends up with the Mets. I still think they're going to give him whatever he wants. Maybe the Dodgers do too. Maybe they're just, they have so much money. They really don't care. They can go out and buy everyone. Again, I don't think that's the greatest thing for baseball. If he ends up in that lineup, if you put Soto in the Dodgers lineup, which is already impossible to get through, I don't know how you ever pitch to them. And then all their pitchers that are coming back off of injuries for next year and the moves that they can seemingly just continue to make, I don't know. I'm sticking with the Mets, though. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.